Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got game two of this four-game series between the Pirates and the Mets. Leading it off were the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates playing center field's Van Slyke, batting second playing second Harrison, batting third playing left field Parker, batting fourth playing right field Clemente, batting fifth playing first base Stargell, batting sixth playing third base is Ramirez, batting seventh on the catching is Pena, batting eighth playing shortstop is Alley, and batting ninth on the pitching is Cole. And for the New York Mets, hometown Mets, and leading off playing center field is Mazzelli, batting second playing short is Reyes, batting third playing first base is Hernandez, batting fourth playing right field is Strawberry, batting fifth on the catching is Hudley, batting sixth playing left field is Gilkey, batting seventh playing third base is Alfonso, batting eighth playing second base is Backman, and on the mound, Tom Seaver batting ninth. Let's get down here to New York and get this game started. And you see the Pirates and New York's team replay comparison. The Pirates 3-0 with 18 runs, 5 homers, and 1 stolen base. The Mets 2-1, 13 runs, 7 homers, 3 stolen bases, and caught stealing and once. And the Pirates, as you can see, on top of the Central, tied with the Brewers. And you can see Van Slyke only batting a .154, Clemente 231, but he does have 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Alley 273, Parker and Ramirez both batting a .11. Bob Friend with that 1.08 ERA. And you got Vale and the Candyman both with 6 innings. Bob with 3 ERA. The Candyman a 6 with a 5 strikeouts and 2 walks for the Candyman. Kent DeColvey 2 2/3 with a strikeout and a base on balls, and he's got 2 saves on the year. And let's get down here and get this first pitch. And Andy Van Slyke, like I say, he's batting a .54 with no homers and an RBI. Tom Seaver, his first game of the year. And in 1971, Tom Terrific was 10, 20, and 10 with a 1.76 ERA. And here's the pitch to Andy Van Slyke. And that's going to be a base hit. And he's going to turn on that, drive that ball in the right field for a leadoff single. So Van Slyke's aboard here. And you got Josh Harrison up, batting .333 with no homers and 1 RBI. And they're going to play a little hit and run, get Andy in motion here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he's by himself. That'll be a 30 on a hit and run. And a 30. That'll be a 56 or lower. He'll make it down to second. And he does. So Van Slyke with a stolen base. So you got a runner down at second now. Still nobody out. In the 0-1 pitch here to Harrison. And that's going to be against a righty, a 21. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. A 33 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And he'll throw over the first, but the runner will. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He's got the okay. He strikes him out. Big strikeout there by Seaver. Runner still down there at second now. And you got Dave Parker up, batting .111. His only hit's been a homer. He's 1 for 9 with 1 RBI. And that ball is crushed. See where this one ends up at, folks. Against the righty. It'll be an 18. And that ball is smashed in the left field. Parker goes the other way. Or does he? Yep, he goes the other way. And that'll drive in one. The Pirates are up 1-0. And now you got Clemente up with a runner still down at second and one out. Clemente batting .231 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. He's got 3 hits and 2 of them has been homers. He's 3 for 13. And that's going to be a base on balls. Tom's not looking too terrific here. First and second, 1 out, already down by a run. And pops, Willie Stargell's up, batting .500 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. And that's getting ready to change. And that's going to be a 17. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And with Clemente's speed, does he score here with the 1 out? Double in the right field, that'll be a 36. He'll probably stop at third because Strawberry's got a damn good arm out there. So Clemente's going to stop at third, but that's an RBI double by Pops. Really, Stargell delivers, and just like that, it's 2-0. Second and third, only 1 out. The Mets aren't wasting their time. They're bringing the infield in. They're not trying to give up any more runs here. Ramirez is up batting $111 with no homers and no RBIs. Infield in. It's already 2-0 Pirates. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Gilkey's out there. And that'll be a re-roll of dice. A 3. That'll be a 46. And he's up after Ramirez. Pena's up. 46. 29, and I believe they're going to send him on a 29. That'll be a 55 or lower. He'll be safe, and he's in there. That's a sacrifice flying with Stargell speed. He'll stay put, but it's now 3-0. A runner down at second, and 2 outs. And up to the plate steps Tony Pena. Pirates up 3-0. For these fans in New York can even get a beer. And Tony is batting .375 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Jose fires over to first. That'll end the inning, but the Pirates score 3. Pirates 3. The Mets coming to the plate. They got Mazzoni, Reyes, and Hernandez due up here. And the Mets are tied for first in the National League East with the Braves. You look at Mazzoni and Reyes both batting, well, Reyes anyway, batting .364. David Wright, who's not in the game, batting .286. And you got Kuzman, 7 innings with a 5.14 ERA. Gooden is 7 innings with 1.29 and a 10 strikeout, 5 walks. DeGrom, 7 innings, 3.86 with 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. Now let's get down here to the field with the pitch. The Lee batting .273 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, I believe. Yep. And a 44 and a 2 should still be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play by Cole. He fields it cleanly, fires over to first for out number 1. Wait a second. Looking at the wrong card there. Back. I think that's going to be a base on balls. Base on balls. Looking at the wrong card. That was a 42. Yep, that's a base on balls. So Lee gets on. He doesn't hit the ball back to the mound. He gets on with a base on balls. And right away, got a runner on here. And Jose's up. And Jose's hitting the ball well, batting .364 on the year with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, 52. Now, that might not be fielding column 1, and it's not. That's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball. He's going to spin around, fire back to second with Alley covering. They'll get the lead runner. Now there's one out and Reyes down at first for Hernandez. And Keith's batting .250 with no homers and an RBI. And here's the pitch to Keith Hernandez. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Harrison's a damn good fielding first baseman, and that'll be fielding one. And that'll get the lead runner, but unable to turn two here. That'll be a 4-6 put out. So now 2 outs and a runner at first, and Hernandez and Darryl Strawberry's up now, batting .200 with a homer and 2 RBI. And that's going to be another ground ball there in the Harrison. He'll fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. And it's 3-0 Pittsburgh as we go to the top of the second. As you can see, the Mets' upcoming schedule, they got 2 more games here against the Pirates in New York. Then they travel to Chicago to take on the Cubbies. And then after a 2-game series, they're going to head to Milwaukee to take on the Brew Crew. And to lead it off here in the second, Alley, Cole, and back to Van Slyke. Gene's batting .273 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the, that might not be. Yep, that's going to be a ground ball down the backman. He makes the play for out number 1. And Cole comes to the plate, his first plate appearance of the year. And in 2015, he batted $150 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. That is SEAVER's second strikeout of the game. And we're back to the top of the order. And Andy Van Slyke, who singled, stole a base, and came around to score in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Tom. And that'll be a 1-2-3 top of the second. To the bottom of the inning we go with Hudley, Gilkey, and Alfonso due up. Todd 0 for 3 on the year. He struck out all 3 times. And guess what? He struck out for the 4th time. Todd's yet to put the bat on the ball. And now you got Gilkey up batting .333 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 61 and a 40. And that is going to be hit down the short. Gene Alley's down there today. And a 52 and a 9. And that's going to barely be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a nice play by Gene. Just gets him at first. Gilkey thought he beat the throw, but he's called out. Now we go to Mr. Alfonso. He is 0 for 3 on the year. And 2 outs and nobody on for him. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. How big was that play by Gene now? And that's going to be a double in the right field. And that would have scored him probably from first. But a 2-out double. Now we got Wally up. And Backman is batting 0 for 4. Yet to get a hit this year. Here's the pitch to Backman. And that's going to be a infield. Let's see here. 9, 13, 22, 31, 34. That's going to be fielding column 2. That's going to be popped up behind home plate. Tony makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Mets strand 1. To the top of the 3rd we go. And we got Harrison, Parker, and Clemente due up. Josh struck out. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alfonso. He fires over to Hernandez for out number 1. And that brings up the Cobra, Dave Parker. He doubled and drove in a run and later came in to score. Back in the first. That's an easy grounder down the 3rd. Reyes is up with it. He fires the first to get Parker. Now there's 2 out, nobody on for Clemente. He walked and came around to score in the first. And that's another grounder to Reyes. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Tom Terrific. To the bottom of the third we go. And speaking of Tom Terrific, he'll lead it off here in the bottom of the third, followed by Mazzelli and Reyes. And Tom's first plate appearance in 1971, he batted a 196. He had a homer and 7 RBIs, so you can't groove one to him. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he strikes him out for his second strikeout of the game for Cole. And now Lee's up, and Lee's over. He walked. So, and that's going to be his ground ball down the alley. And that'll be an out for out number 2. And Jose Reyes is up. And Jose grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And that does it. 1-2-3 goes the Mets. We go to the top of the fourth, 3-0 Pittsburgh. We got Stargell, Ramirez, and Pena due up. And Pops, who's 1-for-1 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the backman for out number 1. And Ramirez comes up now. And he had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Strawberry says he's got it and does for out number 2. And here comes Tony Pena up. And Tony, he grounded out the shortest first time up, 0-for-1. And he's going to give Hernandez a try, and he's going to take it himself. And the Pirates go down 1-2-3. Tom settled down after that rough first. You got Hernandez, Strawberry, and Hundley due up against Cole. Keith grounded into a fielder's choice. He's 0-for-1. And that's going to be a base on balls. Keith with a walk down the first to start this inning. That brings up Darryl Strawberry now with a runner on first and nobody out. Strawberry grounded out to Harrison. He's 0-for-1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Harrison. 51 and a 9. And that'll be fielding column 1. They'll get the lead runner at second. But Strawberry beats the relay throw. That'll be a 4-6 put out. Strawberry at first with 1 out. And now you got Todd up. Todd struck out. He's 0-for-1 his first time up. Like I say, he is 0-for-4 with 4 strikeouts on the year. And that's going to be the first time he hits the ball. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. A 53 and a 9. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball. Alley's going to get it. He's going to fire over to second. And that'll be out number 2. Now you got Hundley, Todd down at first, and 2 outs. And Gilkey comes to the plate. And Bernard here is 0-for-1 today. He grounded out the short. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dave Parker. He makes the catch for out number 3. Look at those arms out there. 38, a 38, and a 40. When a 38 ain't the best arm out there, you know you got some cannons out there. We get to the top of the 5th. It's still 3-0 Pirates. You got Allie, Cole, and back to Andy. And Gene is 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Allie strikes out for the first time today. That's SEAVER's 3rd strikeout of the game. Here comes Cole up. And Cole, he struck out back in the 2nd. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. And SEAVER strike the side out. See if Andy Van Slyke can stop that from happening. He's 1-for-2 with a single, a stolen base, and he has scored. And that's going to be a base on ball. So SEAVER is yet to have anybody put the ball in play. But now you got Andy down at first. So Andy down at first and Harrison up. He's 0 for 2 today. And he gets a hold of this one, Josh does. With Andy's speed, a double probably scoring. And that's going to be a double in the right field. 52. Strawberry's got a good arm out there. Better than good, a damn good arm. Andy with great speed. 34, so only a 65 or a 66 is going to get him. And he's in there, so that's an RBI double by Harrison. And now you got a runner down at second and a 4-0 ball game. Tom SEAVER in the fifth. Now he's got Dave Parker up. Runner down at second. And 2 outs. Parker doubled and drove in a run and came around to score. Back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Parker strikes out, but the 1 RBI double makes it 4-0. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. You got Alfonso due up, followed by Backman and SEAVER. Alfonso, he doubled back in the second. That lone hit for the Mets. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Cole gets him this time for out number 1. And Wally Backman's up now. And he popped up to Pena, his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Harrison for out number 2. And then since there's 2 outs, nobody on, SEAVER's going to bat for himself here. And Tom is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the third. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Cole's 5th strikeout. Through 5 to the top of the 6th we go in a 4-0 Pirate lead. Got Clemente, Stargell, and Ramirez due up. Clemente's 0 for 1. He walked and came around the score in the first. And that's going to be a rare play. 40 and a 31. 40 and a 31. And that's going to be a ball. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Clemente. Can he take advantage of this 1-0 pitch? And yes, he does. He drives that 1-0 pitch into the outfield. Just how far is the question. And that ball is driven into the gap in left center field. And he's going to run for a while with his speed. That brown-eyed handsome man's got a lead-off triple here in the top of the 6th, and that's going to force the infield in. And Tom Terrific here is in trouble, already down by 4. Runner on third, nobody out. And Pops is up trying to make it a 5-0 ball game. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by Tom Terrific. His 6th of the game. Now he's got Ramirez up. And he is 0 for 1. He did have a sacrifice fly back in the first. They'll take that again here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 32 and a 2. Now it'll be fielding column 2. And we'll need to roll another dice. And that'll be a 42. And Lee does not have an arm out there at all to talk about. Piss poor arm. And that should get the job done. 33. So a 63 or lower. And he's got a sacrifice fly. And he does. So Ramirez with another sacrifice fly. And it's 5-0 Pittsburgh. Now 2 outs, nobody on for Tony Pena. And Tony's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Tony gets something going here with 2 outs, already up by 5. And that's going to be a base hit the other way in the right field. Tony is aboard here with 2 outs. And Gene Alley comes to the plate. And Gene is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Not this time. Gene gets a hold of this one. Can he make this a 6-0 ball game? And that's going to be a double in the right field. And with 2 outs, can Tony score? Tony's got decent speed for a catcher, folks. Decent speed of 52. 29 or lower. They're going to send him here with 2 outs. That's a 55 or lower. And he's in there. So that's an RBI double by Alley. And it is now 6-0 Pittsburgh. And this will be Tom's last batter. You can bet that. He's got Cole up, and he struck him out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alfonso. He fires across the diamond. And finally, that's the end of the inning, but 2 runs score. It's 6-0 Pittsburgh. We got the top of the order due up here for the Pirates. Lee, Reyes, for the Mets, Reyes and Hernandez. And Lee's 0 for 1. He did walk back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente for out number 1. And Jose comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. And he's not 0 for 2 anymore. He gets a hold of this one off of GERRIT. And he drives that ball into the gap, and that's a 1-out double. Reyes keeps hitting here, folks. So he's aboard here. Scoring position for Keith Hernandez. The Mets trailing by 6-0. Keith is 0 for 1. He reached on an walk and grounded into a force play. And that's going to be an 8 against the 15. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they're going to look to runner back to second, fire over to first for out number 2. Now Darryl Strawberry's up with 2 outs and a runner still in scoring position. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's a base on ball. Strawberry walks on down to first. And Todd's up now. Todd has yet to get a base hit this year. He's 0 for 2. He did have contact finally, grounded into a force play back in the 4th. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Gene makes the catch, and that'll win the inning. We go to the 7th inning, 6-0 Pittsburgh. That'll be it for Tom Seaver. You got top of the order due up, 2 lefties and a righty. Jesse Orozco is going to come out of the bullpen and try to keep this a 6-run game, as that's it for Seaver. Seaver had a tough game, 7 hits, 6 runs through 6. And here comes Orozco out. And this is Jesse's second appearance. He's got a save and no ERA. He's got Van Slyke, Harrison, and Parker due up here. Here's the pitch to Andy. And he gets a hold of this one. Jose looks up and watches this one travel out to right field. And Van Slyke with a lead-off double gets the Pirates in business right away. And now you got Mr. Harrison up with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And he is 1 for 3. He's got an RBI double in this game. A single may score Van Slyke here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 45 and a 7. Backman, not that great of a fielding second baseman. 45. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be first on air, runner to third, an E4. He bobbles it. Everybody's safe. Runners on the corners. And the Cobra's up. Dave Parker, rather, is up. And Parker's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And that's going to be against our lefty. That'll be a 27 on a 8. And that's going to be a pop-up out in the left field. And let's see. Well, Van Slyke tried to score here. A 41 on a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a 49 minus a 34 plus a 17. 1 out and a 32. He's definitely coming, Andy is. Try to make this a 7-0 game. And that'll be a 62 or lower. And he's in there. A sacrifice fly by Parker. And it is now 7-0 Pirates. And that brings up Clemente now with 1 out and nobody on. And a 7-0 game. He's 1 for 2. He has a walk and a triple. And came around the score in the 6th. And here's the pitch to Roberto. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gilkey. He makes the catch again for out number 2. And here comes Willie Stargell up now. And Willie's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Let's see here. An 8 and a 29. That's going to be rather a pop up down the short. Reyes makes the catch for out number 1. Out number 3, rather. And that'll end the inning. Pirates score 1 more. It's 7-0 as we go to the 7th inning stretch. Cole's pitching a 2-hit shutout. He's got Gilkey, Alfonso, and Backman due up here in the bottom of the 7th. And Gilkey is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Bernard. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Cole's 6th strikeout of the game. 1 down here in the 7th. And Alfonso comes to the plate. And he's 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. That'll be a 16. That'll be a fly ball, I believe, out to center field. And, yep, that's a fly ball out to Van Slyke for out number 2. And Wally comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one out the left field. Parker makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Mets. To the top of the 8th we go. You've got Ramirez, Pena, and Alley due up here. And Ramirez is 0 for 1. He does have 2 sacrifice flies, though. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee for out number 1. And Tony Pena comes to the plate. And Tony's 1 for 3. He singled and came around the score in the 6th. That's going to be a ground ball down to Reyes. He fumbles and bumbles again. That'll be the 2nd error on him and the 2nd error of the ball game. I think that's the 2nd error on him. Let's check. The other one might have been on Backman. Let's see here with the Mets. Yep, sorry. The 1st error is on Backman. So now you got a runner down at 1st, 1 out. And Gene Alley due up here. Gene is 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in a run in the 6th. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Jesse's got himself into a mess here. Derek Cole's going to come to the plate pitching a shutout here. They're going to try to get him to lay down a bunt, try to get the runners, both of them, in scoring position with 1st and 2nd. With only 1 out. Cole's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. He gets the job done. Alfonso's up with it. And he's going to fire over to first with Backman covering. But the runners move up second and third, 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the order and Andy Van Slyke. And Van Slyke is 2 for 3. He's walked, singled, doubled, stole a base, and scored twice. Scored all 3 times that he's been on base. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jesse strikes him out, gets out of the mess. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Still a 7-0 ball game. That'll be it for Orozco. Still have a pitch hitter here for him. And now he's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit here against Cole. And Bud Harrelson's going to come off the bench. See if Bud can get aboard here. And Bud, this is his first plate appearance. In 1971, he batted .252, no homers, 32 RBIs. Ken Castro joins us. Yeah, I like the way this one's going, too. Yep, that's a fly ball out to Dave in left field for out number 1. And back to the top of the order we go. Lee Mazzelli is 0 for 2. He did walk back in the first. And that's going to be a 17. That's going to be a fly ball, I think, out the right field. I think. Nope, out the left field. Parker makes another catch. 2 fly balls to Parker, 2 outs. And Jose Reyes is up now. Jose's 1 for 3 with a double in the 6th. One of the 2 hits in the game, and that's a fly ball. Clemente gets to it easily. For out number 3, we go to the top of the 9th. It's 7-0 Pirates. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. He's going to come out of the bullpen here. Got 2 righties coming up. And let's see here.
Familia
is going to come out of the bullpen. Might be his first appearance of the year. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And this will be his first appearance of the year. And in 2015, he was 2-2 with 43 saves. And in a 7-0 ball game, he's just trying to keep it that way. Like I say, he's got the heart of the lineup coming up, 2, 3, 4. And Harrison, he is 1 for 4 with an RBI double in the game. Reached on an error, so he's been on base twice. And that is going to be a base hit. He went the other way, folks. That's going to be a leadoff single to start this 9th inning. And the Pirates trying to pile it on here, already up 7-0. And here comes Big Dave Parker up now. And Parker's 1 for 3 with a 2 RBIs in the game. He had an RBI double and a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for out number 1. Familia with his first strikeout of the game. Now you got Clemente up with 1 out and a runner at first. And he's 1 for 3 with a triple. And that's going to be a fly ball out to his counterpart, Strawberry and Wright, for out number 2. Can Willie add to this lead here? Starjoy is 1 for 4 with an RBI double back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the backman. He fields it cleanly over to first. And that'll do it. Pirates strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cole trying to get a complete game in here. He's got a 2-hit shutout going. He's got the big boys due up, though. Hernandez, Strawberry, and Hudley. Keith's 0 for 2. He has walked in this game. And that's going to be a rare play, a 41 and a 36. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. And now the 0-1 pitch to Keith. Not easy to strike out, and he doesn't. He squares this up. Mets aren't giving up yet, at least Keith ain't. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? And it's out of here. Kiss it goodbye, and there goes the shutout. And that'll get the bullpen up. And you got Strawberry coming up here. Still a 7-1 ball game, but they don't want them even thinking about coming back. So look at the bullpen up. And you got Darryl up. He's 0 for 2. He did walk in the 6th. And that's going to be a fly ball. This time Clemente barely's got room. He's near the track, makes the catch for out number 1. Definitely hitting him hard here in the 9th. And Todd's up. He's 0 for 3. Struck out, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Ramirez, a 32 and an 8. 32 and a 4, rather. Sure. And that'll be fielding column 1 with nobody on. 1A. What was it, a 19? And that's going to be an error. That's going to be an E5. So these Mets aren't done yet. Runner with the first one out, an error. And here comes Gilkey up now. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. Let's see where this one ends up at, folks. That's going to be a 17 and 22. And that is going to be a kiss it goodbye homer. And that makes this now a 7-3 ball game. And who's going to come out of the pen now? That's going to be it for Cole. Gives up 2 homers here. And I think Dave Geist is going to come out of the bullpen as Cole can't get the complete game. And Dave's going to come in here for Cole. Try to end this. So Cole goes 8 1/3. Gives up 3 runs, all 3 of them off the homers here in the 9th. And you got Alfonso up now. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Geist, this is his first appearance of the year. And then 1972, he was 7 4 with 22 saves. Gets a strikeout to start the game off with here for him. Now you got Backman up, 2 outs and nobody on. He is 0 for 3, popped up, grounded out, and flown out. And he drives this ball the other way. Clemente gets to it quickly, cuts it off. Backman makes a big turn, but he returns. His run means nothing. And that'll be it for Familia. They'll pitch it for him. And one swing of the bat. And this game could be very interesting. And let's see who's going to come off the bench. I think it's the right time. David Wright's going to come off the bench here. See what he can do here against Geist. And David is batting .286 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Easy play for Dave. He tosses it over to first. And that'll end the game. Give the Mets credit. They fought back here in the 9th, but they lose this game 7-3. Take a look at yeah, you're right. Oh, very interesting. That is correct. Yeah, I like the way he used to say that too on Laughing's. Very interesting. Good job. Now you got me thinking of that. It's pretty good. All righty, let's look at this box score here. Sock it to me. Sock it to me. Remember seeing old Nixon. Sock it to me. Yeah, he's running for re-election. Alrighty, the Pirates 7 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. The Mets 3 runs, 5 hits and 2 errors. Look at the top of the order there. Vance, Lake, and Harrison both with 2 hits, 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 men on base. And like I say, not much until the 9th inning. The Mets 0 for 1, but they got some homers in the 9th. Hernandez and Gilkey, and made it an interesting ball game. He left 6 men on base. Garrett Cole couldn't quite close it out. 8 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 2, and gave up those 2 runs. Yeah, 4-0 now. Yep. Gave up those 2 homers in the 9th. Dave Geis comes in 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit and struck out 1. Tom Terrific was anything but. Now he's 0-1, 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Jesse Orozco, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, unearned, walked 1, struck out 1. Familia, 1 inning, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. And now let's look at the standings and the box score here in the National League. Braves take over sole ownership of first. They're a half a game up on the Mets now. Washington is a game and a half back. The Phillies 2 and the Marlins 3. And like Ken was saying, in the Central, the Pirates are undefeated, 4-0, tied with the Brew Crew. The Cubbies are a game and a half back. The Cincinnati and St. Louis are 2 games back, and the Houston Astros 2.5. Now west, a half a game lead for the Giants over LA. Arizona a game back. The Rockies a game and a half back, along with the Padres. You got Paul Molitor with that .560 batting average. Sammy Sosa with 7 homers, 12 RBIs, tied with Jeff Bagwell. Of course, the ERA leaders at 0. 2 pitchers with 2 wins, Rocker and Codwell. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers with 2 saves on the year. Colby just entered that group. And MVP Sammy Sosa's got the lead there. John Rucker's got the lead in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel is going to be game 3 of this series, folks. Let's take a look at it. And it's going to be the pitching matchup they've been trying to force down my throat. It is going to be Doug Draback against Al Leiter. It should be an interesting game. See if the Pirates here can take 3 out of 3. They got another game, 4th game in this series. So the Pirates are guaranteed to leave New York with a split. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping by. And if you're new to the channel, folks, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Hit that bell for reminders. Slam that like button and leave a comment on your way out. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.